Hello everyone, it is me, MrSneakyy, and today we are going to follow up with the hero guide with the artifact part of the guide. So everything you need to know about artifacts, leveling them up, how they work, and the current situation on the patch. So stay tuned for everything you're going to need to know. Hello everyone, so yes, we're going to go over everything you're going to need to know about artifacts today. So if you enjoy this type of content, you've been enjoying all my guides, all the recaps, all the new updated versions of everything. If you're looking at playing the game, smash like, comment and subscribe to the channel for more daily content by me, MrSneakyy, an official Call of Dragons content creator for the game. So today we're going to be going over artifacts, right? So you can see there's a load of artifacts in the game. You can see a load already, and you do gain these quite often through at least the second season, right? So by the time you've had the second season complete, you're going to have a load of these actually completed, especially the epics. But when it comes to the legendaries, obviously it's a little bit of a different story, but we'll go over everything about that later on in the video. So the way artifacts work is the exact same principle as heroes. So if you've watched that video already, you'll understand what I mean. So if you look at, for example, these artifacts, some people get a bit of a misconception with it. So you have your star level, if we go into the details, and you have your XP bar. These are two separate resources and they both grant two different effects, right? So every time you upgrade your star level and you go over the question mark, it tells you what you're going to gain. So every time you gain a star level at the moment, with this artifact you gain 7% defense, and then at 3 stars you gain it up to 12%. At level 30, which is 4 stars, you get 18%, and at level 40 you get the damage taken reduction skill, right? And this skill is scaled by your skill level, right? So as you can see, it increases per skill level. So what this basically means is when you look at it, and any of these prime examples of it, we have a level 1 artifact, obviously 1 star. But over here we still have a level 11 artifact, so we're past level 10 already, and we can still technically level it up if we had some arcane dust. And we have now the option, as you can see, to upgrade the star level. So this is how the star system works. It's the exact same system as those on your heroes, right? So your hero works the exact same. So if we just quickly remind you all who are looking into the video for the first time, your skills again work the same way. So if you're looking at a new hero, maybe someone down here, she's 4 stars, so she has access to all 4 of her skills, as you can see. But at level 10 you unlock the second skill, at level 20 you unlock the next, at level and you get your deputy slot, and then at level 30 you get this final skill, right? And then to unlock your awakened, make sure everything is expertise like normal, and you're level 40. But like I said, this still works the same way. So even if we had, and I can't show you any of these at the moment, but if we had a hero here which was 1 star, you'd still see you'd be able to level them up to level 16, technically all the way to level 60, and keep on 1 star to ensure you max skill level that first ever skill, right, for the hero. So when you're looking at your artifacts now, artifacts just behave differently. The only time you want to level up the star level of an artifact is basically on an artifact you've enjoyed using a lot, and you've noticed that it has obviously a lot of uses in the game. So when you look at some of mine, for example, I have Time Bomb starred up, I have the Viola's Bow, we have Phoenix Eye, we even have Shadow Blade. So a lot of the ranged combat, as you can see, we have maxed out. We're starting to experiment a bit more with the infantry ones now, as we can see towards the end of the season for me, or coming mid-season. But the way you want to prioritize these artifacts, in my honest opinion, is down to how you want to play. So if you're a mage player, you'll notice there's going to be mage artifacts here that you're going to be using, and the ones that I would always put my stars in the early game is definitely Time Bomb. Time Bomb is going to be something you're going to use all the time, even as a free-to-play player. You could consider some of these ones down here, but as you see, I don't even use these anymore. They're just there for maybe showcase purposes, but you do get a lot of legendaries through the game. So to get these legendaries is pretty simple. So if we go into the tavern right now, you have 2, you've got your chest, and then you've got your tarot cards, right? So you gain your epics through here, and the best way of doing it is always doing the 10 draws. So if you're ever looking for new heroes or even new artifacts, always save your keys up. As you can see, you get your daily copper through your daily, you know, exchange, and then as it goes up through even some extra events and killing those dark creatures, you're going to be able to pop 10 and pop 10 and pop 10, and when you do, you're going to gain higher chances of getting those epics and legendaries. And as you can see here, you have your probability table, so you can check out all of these legendaries on screen. I do have a tier list of every legendary so far in the game, apart from the brand new 2 ones that I'm going to go over in a moment. So these are what you can obtain through the gold keys, as you can see right now. But there is a couple of more artifacts that you can obtain, and you can check by going to your hero page. So if you go to your hero page and click replace on the artifact, you can actually scroll all the way down, and you can see there's a multiple of, you know, artifacts that I don't obtain, including 2 of the new ones, which are these. And the basic rate of artifacts is the new ones, so Infernal Flame and Visage, are basically going to only appear through the new wheel events. So, you know, in Rise of Kingdoms, you have like a gem event where you would spend gems, and then by spending them, you get the artifact. That is the event in this game, similar, but it's a kind of a bit more not free-to-play friendly, let's just say, just because the amount of gems you're going to need on average is, they do say, it's going to take around 90 spins to get that guaranteed legendary that you've been wishing for on that event. So it's definitely not worth doing for your gems. Keep them for other events like the actual Wheel of Fortune, which you can level up the heroes, which you need to work on, right? So I hope you understand now how artifacts work. So obviously artifacts work pretty simple. You can level them up through arcane dust. You gain that arcane dust through just coming out of your map right here. You can either zoom all the way out, and you can look for any of these barbarian patrols with the brackets, right? So if you look right here, he has these little spikes on compared to this guy here, which just has the emblem, right? Another way you can do it is just pressing F, and as you can see, it highlights dark creatures or dark patrols. If you pick the dark creatures, these are the guys that's going to gain you arcane dust. So if you just go and find someone right now that's really close by, which is that 24 right there, if we just quickly summon some units for you guys on screen, just so you can see the effect of it, even though we don't have a proper marchers out, let's go and kill it. So when you kill this, obviously you can get a first kill bonus as well, which is going to give you a universal artifact key. And then as you can see, you get a little bit of XP, it's not much, but you're getting a bunch of arcane dust. And obviously when you swarm this with multiple units, you're going to be able to, you know, get multiple arcane dust. So the way artifacts work in the game, as you can see, it's an equipment that's tied to your unit. So on the screen right here, you can see all these hotkeys, which are my artifacts. And if I press one, for example, which is Q, which is a healing one, I can put this healing effect around my units and it'll start healing, right? The same if I press R, this will be a target click. So this guy is the one that I want to hit. So now he's going to hit this with the artifact, and you can see the artifacts triggering and triggering and triggering through. Same with if I choose press W, I have to pick who I want to hit. Obviously you can see as well, it highlights what targets you hit, which is cool. And when you click, fires all the way through, right? So pretty simple system. And as you can see, these are really powerful abilities. They're almost like an ultimate ability, if you want to say. For your march, they can do various things and various tasks. As you can see, with DPSing, they can heal, you can get some which can stun, you can even get ones that help you farm. So there's a lot of varieties of what you can do with these artifacts. So if we go back and we can just showcase it, so we've got some XP now, so let's level up just a artifact over the cap. So we're at level 11 here, and as you can see, we're going to start leveling it up. We can start pushing it up. Now we're at level 20, and we keep going, and we're at 22, right? And as you can see, we're over leveled. We're still only 1 star, but it gives us the option to upgrade. So if we want to, we can choose to, because say we want to upgrade this potion, for example, on on screen. It's not really good. I wouldn't recommend it. This is just for video purposes, guys. As you can see now, we've gained Legion HP and a star upgrade, and if we had the materials available, which are the blue ones now, for the level 3 star, then we'd be able to ascend it again, right? And then we'd be at 3 stars. But since we don't have the material, it just maintains there, and you can keep leveling it up all the way up and keep going, right? It's the same when you look at any of these other ones up here. If I want to upgrade the Fang of Akshari, if I was going to start upgrade it, it's going to need the purples. So let's use these 3 purples. You can get universal ones, which are these. These are giving you better XP odds, as you can see. So I get 3 of them. You put 2 of these, 3, it's the exact same, right? So you just run, it doesn't matter what they are. It's just like a universal one. These are just copies or duplicates of the epics that I already obtained. So now we hit this button, as you can see, boom, we've leveled it up. Fang star upgraded. We've got Legion Defense 22%, right? And the next star rating would need that. So if we had the XP, or if we was at level 40, as it says, we would be able to ascend again, right? So that's how you level up your artifacts. That's how your star rating upgrades. Obviously, each time you level up the artifact or the star level, you're gaining these extra bonuses, right? The one thing you do need to know, season reset, right? So we've gone everything over artifacts, which you need to know about combat, how to level them up, your priorities as a player, as a general sense. You know, if you're mage, you've got certain priorities. If you've got archer, you're going to play certain, you know, ones that are more tailored to archer players or marksmen. Same if you choose the cavalry. There's a multitude of artifacts because they fit loads of different roles, right? So just remember that when you're going in. So you'll have fun with everything as well. That's a really good one just to showcase. Like the Cloak of Stealth is a really good prime example. In the early game, I never used this. Now this is one of my most favourite artifacts. It's so free to play friendly. It allows your march to go invisible, as you can see on this little preview screen. And then when it's invisible, you're able to like sneak past enemies and then get into range and then kill them, right? So it's really effective if you're trying to farm kill and get farming merits in that regard, right? So let's go over season reset, because the only thing you guys haven't discussed is that, because when season reset does happen, as everyone knows, if you haven't checked out my video on it yet, your artifacts do reset as well. So obviously your hero levels XP and your artifact levels XP go. All your dust you've gained obviously disappears as well. So anything tied with the artifacts is gone. But that doesn't mean any of your progress of the artifact has disappeared, right? So any of these star levels you've put into it is going to stay. And any time, for example, you have leveled up the skill of the artifact, you will keep that as well, right? I know I haven't mentioned it. I would assume you guys would know, but to upgrade the skill, obviously you need to get the same artifact. So as you can see, this is a level 3 Shadow Games. To get this 3000 cap, I need to unlock or find another Shadow Games, and when I do, I can upgrade it. As you can see there, a little token showcasing the little icon, right? So that's how you upgrade the skills. Obviously, when you get too many, so like Lucia's Horn, for example, I have this already maxed out. So you can see this is level 7 out of 7, already completed, level 5, all good. So when we get extra ones of these, obviously we have now extra legendary tokens to level up to 6 star and 5 star when we need to, with our chosen end game, you know, artifacts. So the way you want to look at it as well with your artifact progression, don't feel like this is something that's a rushed project. It's not. This is also probably the same timescale as a hero. So if you imagine in season 1 you was going to start using these magic bombs and stuff, you could set up all of these magic artifacts ready for that season. So when it resets, you don't have to worry about pumping any of these stars. They're ready to go. You can just equip them and you know you're going to start leveling them up straight away, which is great. And then when you're in that season, you can start obviously focusing on some other artifacts that you might be interested in playing in, right? So you can see I have a multitude of artifacts that I can use right now. I can level up as choose, you know, when I want. I can do a load of different variety of activities to get the arcane dust to level them up, because these are really low levels still. I could probably hit this level 50, 60 really easily. I've got a ton of CP to use still in my back storage, so that is pretty much the artifact guide, guys. I hope I covered everything about it. That is obviously how to use it in combat, the way they can level up, the season reset. Obviously they disappear, the levels, but you keep all your progress and investment you've had in any of those that you've chosen to invest into. Obviously how to level them up, the star ratings, and obviously as a general rule of thumb what you should be focusing on, right? So I've got tier lists on these as well, so if you want to check out my old tier list you can. That just doesn't have the 2 new artifacts on, but apart from that everything else is on the tier list, which is really great. So if you want to check it out, and it might give you a bit of, you know, an idea on how I look at each of these artifacts, because I tell you what each of these artifacts do, how strong they are, where they're used, you know, how useful they are. So it gives you the full rundown in that. So if you are interested, I will put the videos right at the end of the video to click on, so you can just choose them, right? So if you enjoyed the video, guys, that is me, MrSneakyy, with another one. Hoping you enjoyed the game on launch on the 28th. That should be already happened by now. So I hope you're enjoying the game as much as I do. But that is a final video on artifacts. So for now, smash like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to support an official Call of Dragons content creator. Until next time, stay safe, stay sneaky, and peace out, guys.